So you've been on supervision, but it doesn't count. The past doesn't count toward the future. That's pre-trial. The past does help me indicate I don't expect to see you again because the probation department seems to think you're not a problem. But I'm going to put you on supervision for 5 years and tell you that there's 173 days suspended in case you can't comply moving forward. I'm going to order the $750 fine plus the court costs, and then your ability to pay over time will affect whether it's actually collected. Because if I don't impose it today, I can't impose it later. Understand? The terms and conditions of probation will primarily involve your compliance with the law, reporting requirements, and then any education or training programs they think are necessary for you to be a good citizen, which in your case may not be a lot, but that's generally the purposes of supervision, is to help people become law-abiding people if they aren't already. So 173 days at risk, there's a $750 fine plus the court costs that have to be paid, subject to ability to pay. Understand?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do I have to go to jail?
You want to answer that or should I?
I prefer you would say, but I think no.
No, unless you act out.
Oh, okay.
173 days suspended.
Okay.
But it does demonstrate a good point. What I think I'm saying isn't what people are always hearing.
But there will be a fine. And
Yeah.
if I'm bad, I'll go to jail. But if I can stay good, I don't have to. But I do pay the fine.
Yeah, subject to your ability to pay.
Okay.
Like, the point's not to put you in poverty. The point is to modify your behavior. If you have $30 left at the end of the month, then that should go toward the fine or the costs. At the end of the 5 years, if you can't pay it, you don't get incarcerated for being poor. It's forgiven at that point in time, but it is meant to be a punishment. Does that help you?
Yeah, I think I understand now.
Okay. Keep doing what you have been doing with regard to probation compliance.
But I still call in if I have to leave the state or something.
Or show up, whatever they say, you step and fetch it.
Okay.
Corrections or clarifications, Mr. Gerlach?
A clarification, in the entry it says 90 days is the maximum.
I did say that wrong. It's 90 is the maximum. Yeah,
And you said 170.
I did. It's 83, not 90 is the maximum. I said 180.
Yeah,
I bumped it up a letter, so 83. Thank you very much. My sentencing entry is actually back there on the desk right now, which doesn't help me here. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So 97 credit, 83 suspended, $750 fine plus costs.
Yes, Your Honor.
5 years probation. Thank you for that correction. My apologies.
No problem.
Thank you. Ms. Canepa?
Let's bring back in criminal defense attorney Josh Schiffer. Bless her heart, Josh, you know, the judge goes through and says 173 days in jail, suspended, 5 years supervision, probation. Probation said informal recommendation that she's not a risk, etc. And then she says, do I have to go to jail? What were your thoughts?
It's so, and you've been there a million times if you've done criminal defense, no matter how much you go over prior to actually getting into that plea hearing, you can't answer all the questions. You can't tell your client, oh, 100% this is exactly what's going to happen. There are going to be questions and hiccups, and you hopefully have prepped your client with as many answers as possible, but they need to ask questions. This is full and final, and more people need to realize this is the only opportunity you get to have some of these clarifications made. And as we just saw, this stuff's complicated. It takes some people getting together and go, all right, we got to do it this way to match this. Different people have different duties to fulfill. The judge needs to pronounce that sentence, but it has to be the right kind of sentence. It has to fit everything. We saw that in real time. What I think is sour about this is a lot of people turn around and go, what do you mean this woman who was involved with this? One of the most tragic kind of cases I've ever seen. We're talking about so many deaths over such a long period of time for such senseless reasons. She got 5 years probation.
Yeah, Josh, we're certainly starting with the least culpable in the sentencing. Have 3 different defendants who are there, so they're going to move through these defendants there inside of that Pike County, Ohio courtroom.